Let me ask you something. Why is it that when a relationship ends, so many women fall into the trap of proving their worth to the very person who broke them? You know what I mean? Posting the "I'm fine" selfies, pretending you've moved on, trying to show him you're unbothered. But deep down, you're exhausted, right? Because the truth is, you do care. And that's okay. Here's what no one tells you. Heartbreak isn't just about losing him. It's about losing the version of yourself you became when you were with him. You start questioning everything, your beauty, your value, your choices. You replay every conversation in your head, asking, was I too much, or maybe not enough? And while you're stuck in that spiral, he gets to walk away, thinking he still has some kind of power over you. But here's the wake-up call, my love. The real glow-up doesn't come from making him jealous or rushing into someone else's arms. The real glow-up is quieter, deeper, and far more powerful. It's about becoming the version of yourself he could never deserve and making him realize, without you even trying, that losing you was the biggest mistake of his life. So if you've ever sat there crying in the dark, wondering if you'll ever feel whole again, this is for you. Because I'm about to show you how to take all that pain, all that anger, all that love you poured into the wrong person and turn it into the very fuel that will set your glow up on fire. Are you ready? Let's begin. Let's be real for a moment. Heartbreak isn't just about missing him. It's about missing the way you felt when you thought you were loved. That's the part no one really talks about, right? The emptiness after the good mornings stop. The silence where his late-night texts used to be. The way you still pick up your phone half hoping his name will flash across the screen, even when you know better. And here's the part you rarely admit out loud. It's not just the loss, it's the doubt. That quiet, aching voice that whispers, was I not beautiful enough? Did I give too much? Or maybe I wasn't worth fighting for at all. You smile round your friends, you act strong in public, but when you're alone, you feel invisible. You wonder if anyone will ever see you the way you wished he had. Isn't it exhausting? To put on that brave face, to act like you're moving on when deep inside, you're carrying questions that keep you awake at night. You replay the good times over and over, trying to figure out where it all went wrong. And sometimes, it's not even the heartbreak itself that hurts the most. It's the fact that he gets to walk away, while you're left holding the weight of everything. But listen to me, you are not crazy for feeling this way. You're not too sensitive, and you're definitely not weak. You are human. You love deeply, and that says something beautiful about your heart. Because here's the truth. When someone can't recognize the worth of a woman who gives with her whole soul, it doesn't mean you weren't enough. It means they weren't ready to receive it. And that, my love, is where your glow-up begins. Not in proving him wrong, but in finally seeing yourself clearly. Maya used to wait for his texts, the way some people wait for sunlight after a storm. At first, he was everything. Sweet words, constant attention, promises of forever. But slowly, the warmth faded. The good morning texts stopped. The phone calls grew shorter, and whenever she tried to ask what was wrong, he'd sigh and say, "You're overthinking." She started shrinking without realizing it. She stopped wearing her favorite red lipstick because he once mentioned it was too much. She cancelled outings with friends, telling herself he needed her, and she found herself scrolling through his social media late at night, wondering why he liked every picture except hers. The hardest part wasn't his distance, it was the confusion. How could someone who once looked at her like she was his world now act like she was an option? She'd cry quietly in the shower so no one could hear, then plaster on a smile in the morning. To everyone else, Maya looked fine. But inside, she felt invisible. One night, sitting in bed with her phone silent yet again, something inside her cracked open. She whispered to herself, "This isn't love. This is me begging for crumbs." And for the first time, she imagined a different version of herself, Not the girl waiting for his attention, but the woman who no longer needed it. That night was the start of her glow-up. Because nothing makes a man regret losing you more than realizing the woman he took for granted has become someone he can no longer reach. Here's a truth most women never hear after heartbreak. Glowing up isn't about making him jealous. It isn't about posting pictures online, rushing into a rebound, or pretending you're so over it. In fact, the harder you try to prove you've moved on, the more you're still living for him. And that, my love, is giving him free rent in your mind and power he does not deserve. The counterintuitive secret is this: the glow-up that makes him regret losing you isn't about him at all. It's about you. It's about turning the spotlight inward and realizing you don't have to perform to be seen, you don't have to beg to be chosen, and you don't have to chase to be loved. Think about it. When you're crying over his silence, replaying the good times, or comparing yourself to whoever he's with now, you're handing him your energy. But the moment you redirect that energy back into yourself, something powerful happens. You stop being the girl waiting for his attention, and you become the woman he never thought you could be: independent, radiant, untouchable. Here's the wake-up call. Men don't regret losing the woman who begged, chased, or stayed stuck. They regret losing the woman who transformed, the one who took heartbreak and built herself into someone stronger, wiser, more beautiful, inside and out. The one who no longer needs them, but shines so brightly that their memory looks small compared to the future she's creating. And here's why this works. Detachment is louder than anger. Indifference stings more than any "look at me now" post. Because when he sees you living, laughing, thriving, without needing his validation, it forces him to face a truth he can't escape. He lost someone irreplaceable. But here's the most important part. You don't glow up for him. You glow up for you. You glow up because you're done dimming your light for someone who couldn't handle its brilliance. And the irony is, the more you focus on healing, building, and loving yourself, the more he feels the loss. So the real glow up after heartbreak isn't a performance. It's a transformation. It's not a mask to make him notice. It's a mirror that makes you notice yourself again. And once you do, once you rise into that version of you who's unstoppable, he'll realize exactly what he threw away. And trust me, that's the kind of regret he'll never forget. You've felt the ache. You've lived the confusion. You've asked yourself, why wasn't I enough? And now you're standing at a crossroad. Do you stay in that pain, or do you turn it into power? Because here's the truth. Heartbreak doesn't have to be the end of your story. It can be the spark that sets your glow up in motion. So let's shift gears. Enough about him, let's talk about you. Let's talk about how you rebuild, not as the woman who was left behind, but as the woman he'll never be able to forget. And no, this isn't about revenge. This is about reclaiming yourself. Step 1. Take back your energy. Every time you check his profile, replay old conversations, or wait for his message, you're giving him your power. From today, redirect it. Write in a journal, go for a walk, cry if you need to, but release it. Think of it as unplugging from his world and plugging back into yours. Step 2. Reconnect with your body. Heartbreak lives in the body. It tightens your chest, weighs down your shoulders, makes you feel heavy. Move, dance in your room, stretch, take long walks, try a workout that excites you. Don't do it for him, don't do it for likes. Do it because your body deserves to feel alive again. Step 3. Redesign your environment. Look around your space. Are there reminders of him everywhere? Shift it. Rearrange furniture, light new candles, add colors that lift your mood. Create a sanctuary that reflects where you're going, not where you've been. Step 4. Invest in your passions. Remember the hobbies you set aside while you were trying to keep him happy? Bring them back. Paint, sing, learn, travel. Do the things that make you feel lit from within. A woman lost in her passion is magnetic, and that glow is something no one can dim. Step 5. Protect your peace. Stop explaining yourself to people who don't deserve access. Stop reacting to his mixed signals or checking if he notices your absence. Indifference is power. Set boundaries not just with him, but with anyone who drains your energy. And here's the gentle reminder. You don't have to do this all at once. Glow-ups aren't overnight. They're quiet, steady, and intentional. Every small step you take, every workout, every journal entry, every laugh with friends, every night you choose peace over tears, that's part of your transformation. So when you ask, how do I glow up after heartbreak? The answer is simple. You turn inward. You nurture yourself. You rise from the inside out. And without even trying, that glow becomes impossible to ignore. And that, my love, is when he realizes the truth. He didn't just lose you, he lost the best version of you, a version he'll never have access to again. I want you to imagine this. Your heart right now feels like shattered glass on the floor, painful, sharp, impossible to put back together. But here's what you don't see yet. Those very shards, when pieced together with care, can form something even more breathtaking than before. A mosaic. Stronger, more beautiful, and impossible to break the same way again. That's what your glow-up is. Because here's the truth. He thought breaking you meant ending you. He thought his distance, his silence, his betrayal would leave you small and powerless. But heartbreak isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of your transformation. Every tear you've cried, every sleepless night, every moment you whispered, "Why me?" Those weren't signs of weakness. They were the fire that's forging you into steel. This is where you rise, not in spite of the heartbreak, but because of it. Picture yourself 6 months from now, walking into a room with your head high, laughter spilling from your lips, a glow so undeniable that people can't help but notice. Not because you're trying to impress him, but because you've poured every ounce of energy you once gave him back into yourself. That kind of power? It's magnetic. It's unstoppable. And yes, it's unforgettable. And when he sees it, when he realizes the woman he dismissed is now untouchable, that's when regret sinks in. Not because you chased him, not because you begged, but because you became the version of yourself he never believed you could. So let this heartbreak be your turning point. Let it fuel you. Let it remind you that your story isn't ending here. It's only just beginning. You are not broken, my love. You are becoming. And that glow-up, it starts the moment you decide you deserve more. Take a moment and realize this. The version of you sitting here right now, listening, feeling, maybe even holding back tears, you've already started your glow-up. Why? Because you've stopped pretending you're okay and finally allowed yourself to face the truth. Healing always starts with honesty. Now, picture this. Months from today, you'll look back at this heartbreak and barely recognize the girl who once begged for his attention. You'll see her as the spark that lit the fire, the seed that grew into the woman you're becoming. And the beauty of this transformation is that it doesn't belong to him. It belongs to you. The real glow-up isn't just physical. It's emotional, spiritual, unshakable. It's in the way you walk into a room without shrinking. It's in the way you laugh without checking if someone's watching. It's in the way you look in the mirror and finally see not what was left behind, but what was waiting to be uncovered all along. And here's the truth he will never escape. The woman you're becoming will not be waiting for him, watching him, or wishing for him. You'll be too busy living, too busy growing, too busy building a life so rich and full that he becomes nothing more than a distant memory. That's the regret that stings the deepest. The realization that he didn't just lose you, he lost the best version of you. But this isn't about him anymore. This is about you stepping into a future where you're loved the way you deserve. A future where you set the standards so high that only someone who truly values you will ever get close. A future where heartbreak isn't your identity, it's just your origin story. So tonight, when you look in the mirror, I want you to ask yourself, am I ready to become the woman my younger self needed? The woman my future self is waiting for? Because that's who you're rising into right now. Here's your mic drop moment. You don't glow up to make him regret losing you. You glow up because you finally realize you were never the one who lost. Your heart is still worthy, your story is still unfolding, and your best love, the kind that feels safe, deep and true, is still ahead of you. So rise, glow, and never dim again.